What's going on, moms and dads? We're going to jump straight into growing pains. It's a topic that nobody wants to talk about and dismisses all over the place. But, when we start to really think about it, in this absolutely amazing journey of childhood where every single day seems to bring a new challenge and a new adventure, there's a less talked about but absolutely very real and very regular challenge that can actually cause quite a bit of stress and problems for many kids and families, and that's growing pains. And so, have you guys ever spent those countless nights consoling your children or your child as those throbbing discomforts takes over their little legs? Or perhaps you've noticed that every single time that your child hits a big old growth spurt, they not only experience growing pains and struggle to sleep, but their mood, their emotions, and behavior become an absolute mess as well. And if this is the case, you're absolutely not alone, simply because growing pains affect nearly half of all of school-age children. And while this seems like a normal part of childhood and of development, these pains can significantly impact a child's daily life as well as their activities long term. The tough news is that pediatricians will typically dismiss these complaints, saying that children will simply outgrow them. But what if I told you that growing pains often have neurological roots that gentle chiropractic care can help relieve, specifically without the use of drugs and medications? So this video is exactly for you parents who are absolutely desperate to ease your child's growing pains and the suffering once and for all through safe and drug-free solutions. So we're revealing the science behind the real reason why growing pains show up, and then more in some kids and not in others, and how deeply involved stress and tension stuck within our brain and nervous system is. And then we're going to get right into the natural and drug-free solutions, and specifically discussing how neurologically focused chiropractic care will restore optimal neurological communication to help to relieve those specific discomforts. One of the biggest trends that parents are surprised to hear about, but also makes perfect sense to them really right away, is how many more children struggle with sensory challenges, autism, and ADHD also struggle with growing pains. Not just in the physical sense, but also in the sensory, emotional, and behavioral way. And so this reality and trend actually tells us a lot about the real root cause of those conditions and growing pains primarily, and how they come from one and the same thing. And that's excessive stress and tension stuck within our sympathetic fight or flight nervous system. And so let's just jump into the basic facts. So growing pains usually start between ages 3 and 12 years old and often can last years with varying intensity as kids' bones are rapidly developing and growing, especially longer during those big old growth spurts. And so traditional pediatricians believe that growing happens too quickly for our muscles and our ligaments to keep up. And this is essentially what causes the aches and pains. But what's really happening? So as our bones are elongating or getting longer, it places additional and added tension on our surrounding muscles and ligaments. And what's really big and crucial here is the sensory nerves that are intricately connected to these tissues. And this accumulation of both physical and neurological stress will then lead to joint and neurospinal misalignments called subluxations that irritate nerves and then trigger pain and sensory problems. And so when we talk about subluxation, we really want to break it down to this. It's a neuromuscular irritation and tension that then sends signals into the brain, which is called nociception, which causes the sensation of pain. And so this dysfunction and irritation comes along with it. Again, really, this irritation isn't always just physical, but it can become emotional and behavioral as well. And so whenever we talk about the sympathetic side of our nervous system and sensory stress as it gets stuck on, over time, the constant nervous system noise and tension from subluxation or stress stuck onto our nervous system during this growth and development then leads to distressing flare-ups that we then term as growing pains. So kids who are always stuck within this fight or flight overdrive then experience growing pains more often and more severely, to be quite honest. This has been enough talk with all the stress and the tension and all of the bad. Here's the absolute good news. All of this can be taken care of naturally and safely without drugs, without medications, or even traditional therapies. Here at Haven Family Chiropractic, we specifically use advanced neurological technology to precisely pinpoint those areas of neurological stress and dysfunction, which we call subluxation, helping us know exactly where to apply these gentle adjustments to restore balance and then relieve tension within the nervous system. And so if your child suffers from growing pains, it's robbing them of their play, it's robbing them of their sleep, we urge you not to necessarily accept it as normal or that they'll eventually resolve on its own and they'll grow out of it, especially when we understand that there are safe, effective, and especially chiropractic solutions that are absolutely available for our kids. So check out this link below or go ahead and visit our website to explore specifically how personalized chiropractic care can then provide a lasting relief for the entire family. And then go ahead and call us to schedule the advanced neurological scans and testing that comes along with our consultation process so that we can start easing your child's discomfort and get them to thriving absolutely once again. So please leave us a comment below or send us a DM because we would absolutely love to help you all.